So to do this, we're gonna just keep it simple for now. We're gonna create here, we're gonna open up our inventory, right? We're gonna add a canvas. We're gonna be working on a canvas right now. Nice. And right now we're gonna add a box in here. So we're gonna add, I'm gonna search for a scroll box. Scroll box, there you go. Gonna add a scroll box in here. Keep notice that this scroll box right now is anchored on the top right. So what I wanna do here is I wanna move this guy here, right? You could do that, but I'm just gonna do it in a better way. So if you select your scroll box, which I'm gonna rename to say items log, right? I am gonna anchor this guy to the bottom here, and where it says the position is gonna be 0, 0, everything 0. Now it's gonna be looking a little bit weird, and the alignment will be 0.5 and 0.5, right? And now what we can actually do, we can just drag this right here, and we can make it so it gets this size here or something, right? And the next thing what I kind of want to do here is I'm gonna right click on this guy. I'm gonna wrap with a border. Where is here, border. You see, if you notice, it's gonna be white. We don't want that. We want this is normally if you have your UI and if you have your sprites and things, you're probably gonna use them. But right now, because I don't have any widget design, I just want to make it simple as possible. I'm just gonna be using shades of black and gray and things like that, right? So what I'm gonna do here is on the appearance, where you say the, where is it? A bush, the tint. So this is the opacity. So I'm just gonna leave the opacity in 1 for now. What I'm gonna be doing here is just the color. I'm gonna make it so it's black, right? And we're probably gonna just make so it display that once we add the item. But actually thinking about it, let's do it in a different way. Let me just leave the opacity at 0 because World of Warcraft does not display that box, only the items in there. Don't worry. So yeah, that's fine. So just drop it in a border. We have the items log, and let's create the design of the items. So what I'm thinking to do is the item icon, the text, and how many did you got? Something very simple, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna search for something called horizontal box. I'm gonna add it in here, right? So you got the horizontal box there. And this horizontal box, we're gonna have an image, which will be the icon. And we're gonna have a text, which will be the name of the item. And then we're gonna have another text here, which will be the quantity, right? So let's make this image example. Let's get image here for now, so you can actually see it, what's going on. So wood, there we go. So let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna make it so it's 62 by 62 for now. It probably is too big, but you can always adjust this after, right? I'm gonna rename this to be called icon. Right now we have the item name, so it's gonna call this item name. And the item name will use the rarity as well, but for now we're just gonna make it so it centers a line here. Same thing for the item quantity. So it's gonna be item quantity, right? Let's align this here. Nice. And let's test this so we prototype to be like x12, for example. You go 12. Let's add some padding here to the left. Yeah. So let's add some 10 of padding so it doesn't get stick together. Let's click here. Let's add some padding right from 10. So it gives some, oh sorry, from the left so it doesn't get stick together with the icon. And I think the icon looks fine there. That's good. And then what we're gonna do here for now, I'm just gonna put like wood item, for example, right? I'm not sure how big we want this text to be, so let's go to the font size. Right now, let's start with 12 for now, or maybe 15. Yeah, let's try 15. And this is gonna be, let's say, blue for now. Yeah, okay. Right now, if you press play, you're not gonna be able to see this straight away. Yeah, so right now we kind of have to add this widget to the player, right? So we kind of have to display the widget when the player press play, for example, right? So this is just the basic design. We're gonna be doing more stuff with this, but the objective of this tutorial right now, this part, is just to let's get this displaying on the page, right? So we have our basic UI here. What I'm gonna be doing here, yeah, just going through here. Also, let me explain you why we're using a scroll box as well. Let me just add this a couple of more times in here. So I'm just gonna duplicate here. Duplicate, Ctrl D, right. Press. I'm just gonna show you here that because I'm adding a scroll box, I can see more items on this list. That's the reason why I'm using scroll box. Yeah. So right now, what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna close that. Don't need this yet. I'm gonna go to my main here. I'm gonna open the player controller. Let's open up. Let's do this on the components. Yeah, let's make it a little bit more less complicated for the future. So let's go back here to the components here, right? And there's a couple of things in here that I'm kind of gonna need. Right now, I kind of need to access the controller. Actually, let's make it simple. Yeah, let's not make too complicated. Let's make it so you guys don't have to complicate this too much. So let's open up the character here. Let's open up the player controller. And on the event graph here, right, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to start the player UI. So I'm going to create a new event. So I'm going to create here a node called custom event, add custom event. And I'm going to call this start inventory UI, right? Compile and save. And what I'm going to do here is after the player has pressed play, we're going to wait a couple of like 2 seconds and then we're going to start the UI. We're not going to start this UI straight away. The reason why is because we kind of, actually you could start the UI straight away. Yeah. So right now what we're going to do here is we're going to go back here to main. We're going to go to UI inventory, right? We're going to right click here and we're going to call a method called create widget, right? So the widget we want to create is this. So I'm just going to hold on here. I'm going to add the widget there. Going to hook this up. And right now, if you press play, still nothing gonna happen because Unreal Engine has something that you need to tell the engine to say, oh, I want to add that widget to the interface so the player can see, right? So for now, it's always nice to, especially for things like the main inventory and things like this, to create a reference to the widget. So I'm gonna save the widget reference here. So I'm gonna call this inventory widget, right? And right now, I'm gonna call a method called add to viewport, right? And I'm gonna just comment this and say start the player widget, right? And then what we're gonna do here is on the begin play, we're gonna call method start inventory widget, start inventory UI, sorry. And now if you press play, the widget should be on the screen, which is nice, which it is right now. Yeah, so that is there. Now note that we kind of need to find a way to now interact with this. But the idea is that as you add those items, they will start displaying here. So I think we can actually do this in right now. That wouldn't be a very complicated thing. The only thing I want to do here, guys, is I just want to make sure that we don't we make it simple as possible so you guys can migrate this in the future. So what I'm gonna do here on the BPCI inventory, I'm gonna create a method inventory here. I'm gonna actually copy this. Yeah, I'm gonna paste it in here. We're gonna run this where I say custom event. Just make sure you run on the on client, right? This inventory thing here, we gonna actually create a reference. Yeah, so the inventory widget reference will be in here when we start the inventory reference. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get the inventory BPC inventory, and we're gonna call the method start inventory UI, right? And there we go for now. That's it for now, because right now we have, I'm just gonna delete the inventory reference because we have the reference of the inventory inside the inventory, so we can do stuff straight in here. So all you have to do on the player in the future is just to add that component, call one method, and boom, we have the UI on the player, right? So I think I'm gonna stop for here right now. I know that we cover a lot of small logic in here, but we started to see our UI coming to life. Still not yet doing anything, so if you come in here still not yet executing, those figures in there, they're completely wrong. But in the next video we're gonna do it so we can start to set up those values. As you get the items, you get some kind of feedback, and then in the following videos we're gonna start to actually working when you press tab or something, pop up a window saying this is your inventory, and then you can actually move items around. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I see you on the next one.